It is the SMT Media Network. We're going to be discussing the association here for you today, talking Lakers versus Magic. And, I'm kind of surprised by the outcome. I actually thought the Lakers had a good chance to win this game because I figured they'd be looking to bounce back after the loss in the last game. But actually, it was more of the same. This game like the last game. Anyways, let's discuss that here in this video. Talk about what we saw. Talk about what it means, these two teams, the Magic and the Lakers. So the Lakers fall to the Magic in a tale of two halves. The Lakers' defense performed pretty poorly. During the game, I saw the offense lack dynamics. It's the typical symptoms that we see from the Lakers when they lose. It's really predictable. When they lose, they play this way. The first half was fine. The game was competitive. Luka looked good, offensively potent. The ball was moving around a little bit. They were finding those rim rolls. They were getting the lobs. They knocked down some shots. But in the third quarter, the Lakers came out and dropped Dookie in a bad way. Scored only 18 points in the third quarter. They gave up 34 to the Magic in the third frame. It's that simple. The first half, they were competitive and the game was good and they played well enough to be in the game. And then in the third quarter, they played like shit. It's that simple. Luka, 9 of 23 from the field overall, 4 of 10 from 3, 10 of 11 from the free throw line, 32 points on the night. He did have 3 turnovers, which is below his typical, so that's good to see. It's a little bit lower. He had 7 rebounds and 7 assists. Bron, 9 of 18 from the field. You would say, oh, that sounds really good. He's efficient. He shot 50%. Well, he was actually 0 for 3 from 3. Most of his points were coming in the paint. 6 of 7 free throw, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. Looking at his stat line, you might think he had a good game. Actually, he didn't have a good game. Observationally, he actually played poorly. I'll get to that in a second. Overall, I think the Lakers continue to have those same troubles when they lose games. The bench doesn't perform. They don't get much from guys off the bench. There's just nothing there, right? Rui played 24 minutes but didn't do much. With respect to Bron, I wanted to circle back to this. Most of the game, he was jogging. Most of the game on offense, he was standing around. He was responsible for a couple of poor transitional defensive assignments and misses. I didn't see hustle. They have lost the last 2 games that LeBron has returned from his injury, and it's because of him. They're losing because his defense is poor, his effort is weak, and he's been lame out there. Look, when LeBron has good games, we call it. When he has bad games, we have to call it. This was a bad game. He really didn't impact the game the way that he needs to in order for the team to win. He's a really important part of this team. They win when he's good. And by good, I mean good across all facets of the game. You cannot be one-dimensional in the NBA. Good at one thing and expect to win. It doesn't work that way. These teams are too good at this level. And the Magic are for what it's worth, the Magic are actually a very good team. For the Magic, Franz Wagner, 32 points. Paolo Banchero, 30 points. Anthony Black off the bench, 17 points. They were better defensively than the Lakers. They were able to get some pretty easy transition buckets, like I said, because the Lakers were being lazy, namely LeBron. The Magic are a good team. It's as simple as that. They're going to exploit weaknesses. They hustle. They play hard. They're not going to beat themselves. You're going to have to beat them. They're trouble for anyone. They just beat the Cavs, and like, to kind of circle back to this, the Lakers have these really clear and obvious symptoms that cause them to lose. Luka fades in the second half. If LeBron's not playing defense, if he's not getting back to his defensive assignments, if he's not doing some of the dirty work because the lack of depth from the bench and the lack of size, not really having a true center. Jackson Hayes, some games is good and serviceable, and then other games he's regular or below average. That's the roster construction. That's what they have. And the lack of dynamics on the offense, which is basically Luka creates for himself, or he does some weird jump pass thing or turns the ball over. Or in the case of LeBron, if he settles for a long shot, it's basically a turnover. He's not a good shooter from the perimeter. And he's not really making any shots from outside the paint. So they're lacking dynamics right now. I don't think it's going to stay bad for long. I think they'll figure things out. I think LeBron's kind of sort of playing himself back into the game pace and things like that. But look, if you go back to January and February and the beginning of March before LeBron missed a couple of weeks, the Lakers were playing really good defensively. And that created opportunities going down the other side in transition. They're not really getting that right now. Those are easy points. You get 10, 12, 14 points in a game on those easy transition buckets, it changes everything. It opens up everything for your team. So in my estimation, the Lakers will start winning again when LeBron commits to the defensive end, puts in some effort, and plays a little better. And I think his shot's going to start falling a little bit more. He can't stay that bad for that long. But yeah, he did not play well tonight, and that's why they lost, honestly. You know, if you go back and watch the game, you will see a lazy, boring, lame effort from LeBron with just a few nice moments where he, attacked the rim, got his layup. There was a really nice finish at the rim where he threw down the slam. It was nice. There just wasn't enough of it. You're not going to beat the Magic with a couple of nice plays. You are going to have to beat them. They will not beat themselves. That is a good team in the Magic. And I think the Lakers just had to learn that. All right, now looking at the Lakers, kind of looking forward here with respect to their schedule in the upcoming week or so, they got a game at Indiana. That's winnable for the Lakers. That's on Wednesday. Then they got a game against the Bulls. They'll be looking for revenge. And then they got the Grizzlies. And then they have the Rockets and the Warriors. So they actually have a tough stretch before they play the Grizzlies, Rockets, and Warriors. They got some winnable games. Let's see how they do. I think they can take the next two games. LeBron will be better. The team will be better. But then they've got a couple of good tests. Grizzlies will be a tough out. The Rockets definitely will be a tough out. And the Warriors, they're one of the hottest teams in the NBA. Actually, the Rockets and the Warriors, two of the hottest teams in the league. And the Grizzlies have been playing good too. Anyways, what did you guys see when you watched the Lakers? Who are you putting the blame on? I think it's obviously the Lakers bench. And I think it's LeBron not being LeBron. All right, he needs to be better if they're going to win games. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more of our videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.